Hey everybody, welcome to week 9 of our Fall Fitness Focus. We have 4 weeks, 4 calls left, and
Mhm.
then we're done with this session. So thank you all for being here and hope you're progressing. I think weigh-in would be later this week, I think. I haven't even looked at it that closely. Um, and yeah, we're on the home stretch either way to get started.
Mhm.
Day 60 is November 7th, Thursday. So that would be our 60-day measurements.
Yep.
Oh.
Mhm.
I had mine a little early. I had the Fit 3D scan on Saturday. Um, and after 2 weeks of really not leaving my desk and not exercising, and there was a slight decrease in the weight in inches. And so I've got to be happy with that because the improvement is I didn't order in every night for my food. I still stuck to my meal plan for the most part. A little more, too many chocolate, Easter, Halloween chocolates, but was able to sort of keep it balanced and back on it for now. So another crazy 2 days, today and tomorrow, and then I should be back to normal. So
Good.
that's my update. But yeah, and anybody's having comments, please share. Otherwise, Denise is going to hop into our talk on meditation and sort of a follow-up, a continuation of last week's um, mindfulness and breathing. And thank you, Diana, for sharing your video that was posted today. So the one that you were talking about.
Oh,
So
she's quite the character. That woman is quite the character. But it
Did
actually works. I forget how old she is now, and I haven't looked her up currently. So I don't know if she's, you know, I assume she's alive. I don't know. But anyway,
yeah,
everybody
there
looks
were
really nice. Pardon?
sorry, there were other videos by her on YouTube. So if you're
Yes,
interested, please look.
yes, a lot of
Mhm.
stuff on there. Yeah. Yeah, it's very interesting, her story. If you can find her story and that breathing technique, I guess it's the anaerobic. So she does, if she's doing exercise, she does the exhale, but it's a different kind of an exhale. It's a very forceful exhale. And anyway, if you can find her why and her story, then you'll understand a lot more, I think. Everybody looks really nice. I didn't put makeup on, as you can see, and I'm okay with that. I had a crazy day. I made it a crazy day. It was just that I went to bed super late, got up super early, not deliberate, just woke up and was awake. So anyway, I did my exercise just late this afternoon, and I was making phone calls and just credit card stuff and just miscellaneous stuff this morning. So I was glad to get that boatload of stuff done. And anyway, I'm sorry I'm rattling
No,
because
that's okay. It's all right, hon. No worries. No worries. Yeah, so since we had such a wonderful conversation last week about really the mindfulness of everything, I was in the process of putting this together as a video so that Maureen could put it on, but my internet and my power was being really crazy last week. We had a lot of super high winds in the last couple of days, so I think it had a lot to do with that. But so I I inboxed them yesterday and go, oh, I guess this is going to be our topic for tomorrow if you all don't mind. So, anyways, we're going to my favorite app, which is the FitOn app, and I get an email every day about different topics that's going on. And this one actually came in. It's called the Ultimate Guide into Meditation. And when we post the Zoom, Maureen will post a link. So all you have to do is just click on the link. You don't have to subscribe. You should be able to pop it up and be able to read it in full. Because I'm just going to hit different parts. If something hits your interest and you want to talk about it, please do so. It doesn't need to be a one-way conversation. So let's see what we got here. So I really truly love, like I said, the way that they set these things up. And we've done these before, but what's different about this one at the very end of the article, there are a couple of different meditations that you can go through and see if it helps with anything. So, and which is great. Like I said, you don't have to pay for this program. You just go into it and it clicks it and you can just listen to what's there. Okay. So the reason why meditation is so important is because of the stress level that everybody's under. Everybody's under certain types of stress level, regardless of how young you are to how old you are, from what country you live in, just the whole thing. If you're dealing with, like, for instance, for Brenda, she's dealing with a lot with her parents, and so her stress level will be a lot higher than most of us. And with hearing the news this evening, this may be something that will help you, Brenda. I don't know, just check it into it and see what you think. So that's one of the number one thing that causes a lot of illnesses too. It causes heart disease, it causes anxiety and all that kind of stuff. And it also causes you to do mindless eating when you're super, super stressed. If that's your way to not think about anything else, you're constantly just into that bag of potato chips, or like Maureen says, into that bag of chocolates, which I always buy chocolate I don't like, so it just goes and I don't have to worry about it. But it is crazy because the reason why we do that is because we want to keep our hands busy when we're stressed. We're constantly just want something to do with our hands, so we're just constantly doing something with our hands at all times. So here are some ways to kind of help, and as with everything, it's easier said than done. It is something that you truly have to work into your daily routine. I was using this, if you all remember, when I was a nanny. I was using the audio meditations, or Good Vibes of the Day, it was called. And I just would have it on my phone before I would walk into work. And then the boys would start hearing it, and then you could see them just like sit down, put their shoes on. They would sit down, eat their breakfast. They would sit down and do what was going on without the constant bickering back and forth and all that kind of stuff. So I saw the positive part of it, and I was just using it just so I could keep my mind safe and not lose it at all times. So it really truly something like with exercise, you have to fit it in somewhere. It works like for some people, first thing in the morning, like most likely, I bet Diana's probably one of the ones that would do this in the morning, because she's more of a morning person. When she's up, she's ready to go. This might be something that she would do. I use it in the evening because that's when my brain won't shut off. So I use the meditation to shut my brain off, because if I don't sleep. So with all the stuff that's going on right now in our country with the elections and all that, sleeping is next to nothing right now. Like my sleep score has been as low as 45, which is not good. So we'll go into what it has to say, just a little bit of it. But one of the questions it asks you is, are you ready to quiet your mind? So that's another thing. I said a point in time where you can sit and quiet your mind. Like with Maureen, with her getting up in the morning, she gets ready for work. She's at take care of her pup, and she's driving to work, and then she's putting in her time to do her exercise routine, plus her other activities that she's trying to do. So for her to fit something else in, it might be very difficult at this point. But it might be something that she finds, oh, I can do it because I need to do it, kind of thing. So
I'll just step up.
yeah.
So definitely the last few weeks, I have gone back to this sleep meditation, and it's just something on YouTube. So I'm just looking for the share button to see where that is, on this new version. And yeah, so I've gone back to a guy named Jason Stevenson Sleep Meditations, and he's got like calm your mind, track miracles, sleep, lots of sleep talk downs, healing your body. And so, I don't have somebody in the bed next to me, so I have it playing on my iPad on the nightstand with a block something over the screen, so it's not actually showing. And I usually pick the 2 to 3 hour ones so that it's not playing all night. But that's something that I've gone back to, and this guy seems to put me out quite fast. There was another YouTube, Tansy, yeah, another one that I listen to. So just some ideas.
Yeah. So like I said, so there's different ways and different, different times and stuff to use that kind of stuff. So that's what they say is very important. And here's everything you need to know about meditation. So the benefits of meditation, like I said, I'm just going to go through it because, like I said, the article's going to be up so you can actually read through it. It helps reduce stress. It manages the anxiety. They're saying that 6.8 million adults suffer from some form of anxiety. That's 33.1% of the entire population. So if you've ever experienced anxiety, you can know how crippling the effects can be. Yes, I know. I went through that with the issue with Mike over the summer. I never experienced anything quite like it. My oldest daughter does suffer from anxiety, and so I literally had to call her at 11 o'clock at night because I couldn't breathe. I couldn't do anything. I was literally frozen where I was at, other than the fact I could call her. So I called her and she walked me through a couple of things, which helped a lot. So sometimes it's good to have somebody that you can call if you need to, or use a Voxer if you need to, that kind of thing, so that we're there, so we know what's going on, so we can help you, we pray for you, or whatever it is that you need with that. So, I mean, it's just astounding to see that many people suffer from something like that. It improves your sleep, which is what Maureen just talked about, so that's awesome. It boosts concentration and focus. So like, if for some of us, we're now at that age where we walk into a room, I can't remember why we walked into the room. It's because it's because you walk through a doorway. When you
Really?
walk through the doorway, something else. So if you walk back through that doorway, you'll remember why. It's the craziest thing. Somebody taught me that a long time ago, and I use it all the time. Like if I'm going to do something, walk into the room and go down, what happened? I walk back out, walk back in, and then I know what's going on. So it has a lot to do with where our minds are going. So this helps with that. It helps you concentrate. It helps you focus more on what it is you're after. So like say, for instance, you want to manifest the fact you want to start working with weights. So you sit there and you focus on that. What would that look like? How would your body feel? That kind of thing. So you can do that while you're meditating. So that works out very well. It increases self-esteem, which is something that like I said, my oldest, she uses that. She works in a law firm, and for her to be the bubbly person, she's not. She's a high C with a high C with a high C with a little bit more of a high C, no I, and a little D. So needless to say, it's very difficult for her so she'll work her way into it, and then she's there, she's up, she's bubbly, she's ready to go. She's got to have this phone personality and that kind of stuff when she's talking to clients. So it's very interesting for her. It also goes through now where it says recent studies observe the effects of mindfulness meditation on the brain activities report increase self-esteem, improve positive self-focus thoughts, and decrease negative self-focus. That works really well because like knowing my background on how my parents always said, my sister was the smartest, I was the fattest, my brother was the firstborn, my youngest brother was a genius as far as they're concerned. So when you live with that your whole life and then you're trying to change something, you need to have the reinforcement, and meditation will help you with that, because you can literally, when I started this journey, somebody said something from a stage, I don't know if it was through the business that we're in, or if it was something I was doing, changing what I was going to do for a business, but they said literally stand on a stage and imagine yourself like butter melting. And that's the weight being released, or the negative thoughts are being released. It's just butter melting away and melting away. And I started using that analogy when we started changing the way we were eating and changing what we were doing. And literally, I could just see it from day to day to day, because I would stand on that stage and I would watch the butter melt as I was watching the weight go away. So that's another form of like a positive reinforcement. So that's another good way to use meditation as well. And then it's going to go through the step-by-step on what to do and how to do it. It says create a meditation space. It doesn't mean go out and buy furniture. It just means find a part in your house where it's no noise if you want it to be quiet and where you can sit comfortably. Now, when my daughter meditates, she literally sits on the floor because that's where she feels the most comfortable. And that's when she'll sit up straight, is when she's on the floor. If she's sitting in a couch, this is my daughter on the couch. Okay. She's sitting on the floor. She literally sits straight and she's relaxed. So you have to be able to sit, but be relaxed and not fall out of the chair you're sitting in.
Part of that mindfulness.
Mm-hmm. Yep. So that's an important part. So you want to make sure it's creating your space. I use my lower level because then I can close the curtain because then it keeps it light and dark, and it keeps it nice and dark for me. And I can listen to a certain music on the stereo without having it to be on my phone, because then it's not a bright light. It's just a calming sound. And it's music, but it's not music because it doesn't have any words. It's just all instrumental. So it's very easy for me to use that as a way to get into where I want to be in my meditation. And it says, like it says, find any feel-good space. That can be an entire room or a tiny corner. It doesn't need to be extravagant. So like I said, so it's wherever the area makes you feel calm. You can do it sitting at your kitchen table. If you feel comfortable sitting there, go ahead. It's wherever it helps. And then they say to choose a bright light area, but I'm using this to calm down for the night, so I won't. But if you're doing it during the day, it may be a bit more beneficial. And then set the mood, as I said. If you have time and the resources, try a diffuser. I can't use those because Mike's allergic to all scents. So we don't have any scents in our house. Or playing calming music, which is what I said, so that helps the brain relax and get into that mindfulness that you're after. And the comfortable seating, of course. Start small. You're not going to be able to do 25 minutes the first time you do it. You may be able to do it for 2 to 3 minutes, which is wonderful for your mind. 2 to 3 minutes is perfect. And like for me, I do 10 minutes just before I go to bed, and I literally do it. And then I have a dim flashlight so I can go up the stairs without turning on any lights. So I'm still in that feeling. And then I go right up in the bed and I can go right to sleep. So that seems to be working a lot. Focus on your breathing. So it goes back to like the video that Diana sent to Maureen that was posted, and also goes back to what Luce had said last week about breathing. A lot of people don't realize it, but they're mouth breathers, which means they don't know how to breathe in and out of their nose. They breathe in and out of their mouth at all times. So if you can practice, you may need to practice first how to close your mouth. It's just in and out your nose. And it's more calming actually than to breathe in it through your mouth. So it's if you're a mouth breather, you're going to have to practice that. So you can it helps you get deeper into the meditation. And then making it a habit, like everything else. We make it a habit to make sure we're choosing the right things to eat. We make it a habit to make sure we're getting out and exercising, especially in Michigan when the weather is 77 degrees, November 4th. I mean, it's amazing. It's absolutely amazing. So, tape your mouth. That's a good one. I've not heard that one, but yeah, you can do that. That'd be awesome. As long as you don't think you're going to suffocate, which is, that's a good way to practice, And so it's like anything else, you have to make it a practice. So then at the end of this particular article, it says to try the free FitOn meditations. And there's there's 12 different ones that are for free that you can try. Of course, YouTube too, you go through that one as well. But this one has inviting ease, morning mindset, mindful awareness, unclutter the mind, morning mindfulness, body scan, free from anxiety. So there's different things that can help you go through the different ones. Then try them and see what works best for you. And that's really it. And so there's a trainer. She can give you some points on what to do and help you out if you're going to do the morning one, the deep sleep one. So like I said, this article is literally full of different ideas, and you can find what works for you, or find something on YouTube, or find something on, I don't know, some, maybe even Instagram might have something, or Google it might help you, or anything along that line. So like I said, though, the FitOn is a really good place to look for different things if you're really trying to work on something.
Mhm. This guy standing on one hand,
Yeah.
he's my favorite on the sleep ones, the relaxation ones for sleep.
Yeah.
He's something about his voice, you know.
Mhm. Yeah, so it is really cool to see what this particular app has. You can put it on your phone, and like I said, once I sign up on my phone, I get the emails on the different articles that come in, and it's amazing to me when they come in, and then what we talk about a week or 2 weeks later. So then I'm like, that's why I save them all. I'm like, oh, this will be perfect because we talked about X, and it works into the next step.
Yeah, so what I just showed was two of the emails that came in the last couple of weeks. I think one was October 7th and one was November was today actually.
Mhm.
So yeah, and it's about, so we all talk about it. It's like creating the habits, being prepared with your gym bag, what your gym
Mm.
clothes, and where it's going to be ready for you when you go. Same way with meditation, and there, have a spot. How do you, yeah, the ground, the sitting on the floor probably helps ground you because you're closer there. So that's an effect. But also, have a candle, have the diffuser, you can be staring at the candle and staring at it and helping that bring you into that meditative state. You can, if you have one of those small waterfalls, you can have that as a background sound. It's making a place where you're going to create that mind body connection, and it's going to become, as soon as you get into that spot, it's going to become a habit that's going to put you in that state on a regular, like it's just like, reading in bed. Do you do that, or do you fall asleep? Where do you go to read, or where's it's like creating a habit and a location for the activity.
Yeah. So I hope you found that helpful. We'll definitely need it the next couple of days here, and
Mm-hmm.
we can only
Can I say
hope for the
something?
best.
Go ahead, Kara.
Yeah, well, last night I had a meeting, so I didn't get home till 11 o'clock, and I said, Vera, don't look at your phone. Don't look at my phone. So I keep my phone and my pad. Last night I thought I couldn't go to sleep because sometimes I do the opposite of what they tell you you're supposed to do. I'll check my phone or look at some funny thing on X, or whatever it is, right? So I put it away, and I didn't look at my pad either. And I actually fell asleep, which I couldn't believe.
Mhm.
Because you're in a habit,
Yep.
and that messes up your circadian rhythm,
Big
right?
time. Mm-hmm.
And so now I'm kind of messed up. So today when I go to bed, I'm going to try to not look at anything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I have the blue light glasses right next to me, and I don't put them on. So
I don't know. I still don't think it matters though. Your mind starts, grasping whatever you're watching.
Yeah.
yeah,
And if it's something stimulating,
Yeah.
yeah.
then you have to share it. If it's something funny, you got to share, right?
Yeah.
Or if it's something that worries you, then that's how it's just not good.
No, it's not.
Or even excites you. It's still not good. It's just
Yep.
calming your mind, right?
Right.
Sometimes
Well,
I'll think,
I'm sorry, go ahead, Diane.
I'm sorry, I didn't know I was interrupting. But if I did, I
Don't worry
wouldn't have.
about it.
Although sometimes I do, even though I know I'm interrupting. You were breathing and I was started talking. There you go. But I've noticed like TV, I'll want to watch something or something on my phone. And I'll think, well, I just want to relax, blah, blah, blah. And it doesn't relax me. And I'm like, don't I figure that out by now? So I'm really trying to think, okay, stop it. You know, it doesn't relax you, so just don't do it.
Mm.
And it's just, it'll, and sometimes reading wakes me up. Sometimes it puts me to sleep. Sometimes it wakes me up. So if it gets me thinking, then that's not what I need to do. If it's relaxing, then that's different. So,
Plus, you can
Yep.
spend an hour on there and you don't even know you've been on there for an hour.
Right.
exactly. Yep.
I'll look at that 10 minutes, but then you go down the rabbit holes.
Mhm.
Some pretty funny things. Like,
Yeah, some of it's pretty funny. Some of it's so serious that it even makes it harder to
Yeah.
relax your
I mean,
brain.
if it involves an animal or something, I'm, oh, that's so cute. Isn't that makes you?
Yeah, but then you go looking for the next one, the next one, and the next one.
Yep,
Hmm.
That's
yep.
the rabbit hole. And it may not be a rabbit, but it's a rabbit hole.
Yep.
Mike and I, because he's been, battling the depression because of the chemo and health issues and stuff. We decided, about a month, 2 months ago, that we were going to watch America's Funniest Videos, one episode right
Oh,
before
no.
we close down the TV and go to bed. And oh my goodness, it is so funny. We don't, as soon as it's over, and you can tell they have their videos, they have their prizes, and then now it's over. It's about 40 minutes, maybe. And so just turn it off, TV's off, and we get our gummies, our sleepy dreams gummies, and
That's why you can't watch TV because you get on one of those Netflix series and there's like 5 shows, right? Or 10
yeah,
to this whole thing. And you just, I gotta see another one.
Yeah.
Another one. Next thing you know, it's 2 in the morning.
right.
Mhm.
But with the videos, it's all contained. The America's Funniest Videos, all contained. Hilarious. Mike even gets Buddy, our dog, and sits him on the couch. So Buddy watches the ones with the dogs, and like as if he could laugh. I don't know, but it brings Mike joy to do that, and it's funny. But to find something that's kind of brainless,
Right.
Yeah.
but cheer you up.
Yeah.
And it's because there are other shows that are, a little more violent, not family friendly. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Does
Hmm.
everybody change
does.
the clocks? Who does not? Is there California? I mean, is there somebody here that their clock hasn't changed?
Diana.
Yeah.
Diana's the only one.
Oh,
So
right.
everything I do, like in the business, everybody's in a different time zone than me.
Yeah.
So I change my alarm for everything I do on Zoom. Like, okay, now it's
Ah,
6:30 instead of
Okay.
5:30. So it drives me bonkers, but I don't have that hour.
That messes you up too, because I'm like, my body's feeling like 10. I should be tired, but it's only 9.
yeah, I know. So anyway,
Yeah.
but yeah,
Thanks,
it's
everybody.
at one time when I was first going through my divorce from my first husband, the attorney made me see a counselor, and it was for agoraphobia. I didn't have that, but he, Fred, I'll just say Fred, he taught me so many things that I still use today. And that's been, let's see, that was 2002. So, 22 years ago, but things to relax, things to relieve anxiety, because it was a horrendous thing and custody and all that stuff. But it helps so much with stress and relaxing and just kind of a little self hypnosis type stuff. And so I need to write a book about Fred because
Yeah.
he was an interesting character. He passed away pretty much as soon as I had finished my sessions with him. He passed away, but just nice guy. But he had clients in like South America that would Zoom with, not Zoom, they didn't have Zoom then, but call him. He would counsel over the phone. I mean, what a cool thing. But he was worth every penny.
That's very, very cool. Very cool. What did you say you had that, but you didn't have it? What did he call it? Gar, whatever?
Well, he was his specialty was working with people with agoraphobia, which is don't go out of the house.
Right.
Oh, I didn't
Fear
even
of
know
the
what
outside.
phobia was. Okay,
Yeah.
got it. Thank you.
But that's all encompassed in anxiety,
Mhm.
right?
Mhm.
Yep.
And so the things that he was working with me on was the anxiety because my daughter was here and then she was there and then she was here and it was a mess. It was 2 years of total mess and disaster.
Awful,
Yeah.
awful. You know, your life is torn up big time every day.
Yeah. Yeah. Lost everything, house, everything. So
Mm.
anyway, but thank you, Lord, for bringing me Mike because he was wonderful and would, what a joy.
He is a kind person, really like him. Does he have depression when he's not on the chemo stuff?
Um, he was the doctor has put him on like a Zoloft, a very, very small dose now, because he would be hurting. Oh, and then it would be, I'm never going to get better. This is going to last forever. I'm dying, I mean, and then just once that downward spiral started,
Mhm.
could not bring him out, could not. And no matter what I would try to do, I mean, everybody is responsible for their own happiness, right? We've heard that. But when you're going through stuff, your partner goes through it too,
Right.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
you
Yeah.
know? So,
And
and
I've looked at
family. Mhm.
stuff with myself and I thought the doctor said, well, are you depressed? I'm thinking, well, yeah, I don't have any energy and I don't feel like I mean, this is like you
Mhm. Mhm.
I don't feel like I have a life. I don't feel like I can do anything. And it's depressing, but I
Yeah,
don't know that I'm,
right.
but I don't know. I don't even know what the clinical or whatever definition is. And that when you're living life and you're struggling with something and it's chronic and you can't see the forest for the trees or whatever. Um, yeah, I can certainly understand
Yeah. Yeah.
having that uh pain and doubt and overwhelming.
Yep.
That's depressing to me. I mean,
Mhm.
yeah.
Very much so.
He's doing much better. He can walk with a cane and he doesn't really need it, but it's a more stability. And PSA went down to 3. So when we went to see his oncologist this last week, he said, you know what? I'm a big believer in breaks. And he said, your PSA is normal. And so we're going to do the one this month and the one the first week of December. And then we're just going to take a break. And if it goes back up, we'll start again. We can always start again. So, so that's good. We'll have a little break during the holidays.
That'd be great.
It doesn't go back up. Oh my gosh, that would be lovely.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
well, we pray for that constantly. But
Yeah.
anyway, but thank you all too for prayer because I know we'd get that.
Mhm. Yep. Prayer is
But
it literally actually goes back to meditation, right?
Mhm.
Whether or not you believe in a God or whatever, it's the sitting and thinking and praying if that's what you're doing. And
Mhm.
it helps so many people. Like I can't tell you how many people I had praying for Mike around the world.
Mm.
Mhm.
And
Mhm.
it just starts with a few people and
Mhm.
another few people. And the next thing you know, it's gone all the way around because of all the people that I have touched their lives or they have touched my lives and my life and they've seen what's going on and it's oh we're praying and this is what we got here and this is what we got there. It's just I guess it's just the
Uplifting.
feeling. Yeah, it's the feeling of the universe telling you we've got this, we got you,
Mhm.
and that is just as important. And that's why I think meditating helps a lot with that
Mhm.
as well.
Mhm. Yep. No. Anyway, sorry about that, guys.
No,
Just
good.
Hey, no
dominated.
problems.
No, cancer.
Safe area. Mhm.
Sometimes you don't cure cancer, you live with cancer.
Yeah. Mhm. Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
People live long times, long time.
Yep.
Uh, He's
Yep.
had this for over 12 years.
Wow.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And only in the last 2, 3 has he had to do like serious, radiation or chemo, things like that. So, you know,
Mhm.
God is good.
That's for sure. That's for sure.
Maureen, is your hair different? I'm changing the subject, but before we leave,
I didn't wash it today.
the color's pretty. Is a color
Yeah. I think it's the color is fading. I had it colored probably about a month ago, and it's probably just fading out. So I have some gray down back here, but yeah.
Oh, let's not get
Maureen, you
started on
have
gray.
hair. Be thankful.
Yeah, thank you.
pretty. Yeah, it's pretty.
Thank you.
Mhm.
Have a wonderful week, everybody. I hope you all, yeah, we hope we're all able to get some, downtime and things go well for you guys down there, and because it affects us too. And
Yes, it does. Yeah.
Mhm. Yeah.
have a great week.
All
I'm
right.
not on next
Thank
week. I'm
you.
on the road. I think I should be home by then. I'm leaving for the UP, so I'll be back. I'll
All
be
right.
traveling the day.
You're going to be where, Vera?
Upper Peninsula.
Oh,
Well, safe travels.
yeah. Safe
Yes.
travel. Have a good
Bye-bye.
time.
Yes, really.
Mm-hmm.
Good to see you, Brenda, and
Good to
everybody, of
see you.
course.
Yeah.
Keep your dad in our prayers and
Praying for
thoughts,
you.
okay?
Aw.
Those are
Aw,
Oh,
bear.
cute.
You got your building
That's
yourself your
adorable.
bear, carving your bear.
Awesome.
yeah,
Awesome.
cute.
That
Mhm.
must be good meditation too.
Yeah. Yeah. Thank you,
Mhm.
guys.
Thank you.
All
Thanks,
right.
everybody.
Bye.
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 Bye, everyone.
See you. Oh. I will give you a call later, Brenda, or text.
Yeah, that'd be great. I can't find my button.
It changed. Well, there's a little X in my corner, on the right-hand corner for me.
Yep, it looks like a little
Yeah, and
guy.
I've got a pop-up window that's sitting there that won't close. I think that's
Oh.
covering it.
No
There it
problem.
is.
All right.
No problem.
All right, hun.
All right.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.